What's going on, guys? So as you can probably tell by the title of this video, I am going to be teaching you 4 simple tips to save money on detailing products. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Alright, so tip number 1 is screw brand loyalty. Throw it out the window, forget about it. Unless you're sponsored by a detailing product company, you work for one of those companies, or you're just not really worried about how much you're spending on products, just forget about it. Everyone seems to get caught up in the age-old question of which company is the best. And the truth is, none of them really are. They all have their pros and cons, and the better companies all tend to make at least 2 to 3 different products that are actually phenomenal and worth the price you pay for them. For example, I have a few buddies that tend to use products from Adams Polishes, and a few of the products that they've recommended to me is the VRT, which is basically a tire shine that has SPF properties in it to protect your tires and keep them looking black for a long time. So that might be one that's worth it. And I've also heard that their waterless wash and their H2O garden gloss are great products, so you might look into those as well. But that leads me into my next tip, which is do your research. Watch some comparison videos. I'm sure there's plenty of them here on YouTube. You can read through online forums, and you could also ask your neighbors or friends, what products they use or recommend. And sometimes what you find might actually surprise you. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut to a comparison video I did the other day of LA's Totally Awesome, which was recommended to me by my buddy Frank, and it's just an all-purpose cleaner and degreaser that I got at the Dollar General for $1.08 after tax. And Frank recommended I use that as a wheel cleaner, so in the video I compared that to Jack's Wax wheel cleaner, which is just what I happen to have at the time. And that's gonna give you kind of an idea of a super cheap product that you can use versus a more expensive product. And in that video I also compared Armor All Auto Glass, which can be found for about $2.50. And I went ahead and compared that to the Jack's Wax streak-free glass cleaner, which is about $6. So without farther ado, let's cut to that video so you can see the results. So as you can probably see here, this wheel is extremely dirty, and I'm gonna be using the Jack's Wax wheel cleaner up here in the front, and over in the back, I'll be using the off-brand Awesome, and we'll see how that works. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray this wheel to get the surface wet. And so the way the Jack's Wax wheel cleaner works is you just spray it on and wait for the color to turn from this lime greenish or whatever to this dark purple, and that's how you quote unquote know it's working, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. God, this stuff smells awful. And so while I'm waiting for this to sit, it's kind of funny to note that I know I said that the bottle of Awesome over there is $1.08 at the Dollar General. Well, the bottle of Jack's Wax Ultimate Wheel Cleaner is, I believe, 15 bucks for a 16 ounce. That's 20 ounces over there, the Awesome. So that means it's, this Jack's Wax stuff is over 15 times the price. Just a little side note there. And so with the way my wheels are, I typically will not use something like this, which is a wheel cleaner, but I will use just a cheaper microfiber cloth, just to make it easier for me to get in there and actually clean it well. Alright, so I've been waiting for about 5 minutes now, and as you can see, it's still really green. Now I'm not entirely sure, but I think that the purple may actually just be showing way in the back, right in that area where all the dirt and grime is, but I just can't really see it because my wheels are black. But either way, I'm gonna go ahead and dip my microfiber towel in this water here and get it nice and wet. Wring it out a little bit and see what we can do. So as you can see here, we're getting a lot of dirt off, and it is working pretty well. And so the towel does get pretty dirty, and so what I try to do is I try to just move my hand around and find a non or less dirty part of the towel, and then clean the rest of the area and just kind of keep moving it around while I'm going. And last but not least, I'm going to use my lug nut brush here, dip it in some water. And then I'm just gonna wash it all off here. Go ahead and take a new microfiber and dry this wheel off real quick. Alright, so I picked up a little bit of dirt, as you can see on this towel here. But yeah, it is now dry and it looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and move on to the back wheel over here using the Awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and spray some of this stuff on and let's see the difference here. Alright, so that's what this looks like when it's sitting on there. And we'll let this sit for a couple minutes, just like we did the other one, and see the results. Alright, so it's been sitting for a couple minutes now. I'm going to go ahead and dip a new towel in some water here and see what we can do. Alright, so as you can see, this towel is pretty dirty as well. Maybe not quite as dirty as the other one, but let's go ahead and water it down and dry it off and see what it looks like after that. It definitely seems to leave a more soapy residue on the wheels here than the Jax Wax does. So that's interesting. I guess maybe because it's really an all-purpose cleaner and not specifically for wheels like the Jax Wax wheel cleaner is. Oh my god, y'all. The sweat is literally just constantly dripping off my forehead here. It's really hot. But yeah, so let me grab my clean towel here and dry this wheel off and see the results. Alright, so here is the wheel, clean and dry. And it looks pretty good. Surprisingly. I mean, you tell me. Not bad. So let's go over here and compare really quick and see if we can tell any difference. Honestly, I can't. It's like almost exactly the same, really. Wow. So come back over here again. I don't know, man. It's pretty close. So, wow, it's hot. You can see me sweating out here. But, I mean, you tell me. Is it worth the 15, 16 more dollars or more? I mean, you tell me. They almost look identical, really. I mean, I can't hardly tell the difference. So, you know, you be the judge of that. I'll let you decide what you want to do, but just thought I would show you all that. All right, so and last but not least, I'm gonna go ahead and compare the awhile Auto Glass Cleaner because I have heard it's actually pretty good, and the Jax Wax streak-free glass cleaner. The awhile here also claims to be streak-free and ammonia-free. The Jax Wax, I don't see anywhere that it's ammonia free, but I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that it is. And yeah, so let's get started. All right, so I got my waffle weave towel here. Super good for using on windows. And I went ahead and looked it up, and this Jax Wax glass cleaner here actually is ammonia free. So no worries there. That's just really, for those who don't know, that's important for your health and also to protect your tinted windows. So the window is hot, and as you can see, it's not that dirty. There's a few bugs here and there, but either way, and I have a nick right there, which sucks. But anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray this on this side. You just gotta shake it up and spray it, and then we'll wipe it off and see the results with that. So as you can see, it's just that easy, and that's kind of why I like this stuff. And I'm hoping to get similar results from the awhile over there, but we will see what happens. So I mean, as you can see, this side of the window is pretty damn clean. which is great. So let's go ahead and grab the Armor All glass cleaner here and try it on the other side. See what kind of results we get there. Went ahead and grabbed a new waffle weave towel over here, just so it doesn't interfere with the, I guess, experiment here, I guess. I don't know. All right, so let's see how the Armor All Auto Glass Cleaner works. Okay, so we missed a couple spots here. I'm just gonna spray a little more heavily on those areas. Not too heavy, but just to kind of make sure we get enough on there. And wow, pretty surprising results there actually. I'm thoroughly impressed with that. Get a little spot up here. And yeah, as you can see, just like with the other one, it's also very much streak free, which is great in my opinion. And yeah, I mean, it looks great. So those results might have surprised you a little bit. They definitely surprised me. But let's go ahead and move on to tip number 3, which is use discount codes and take advantage of seasonal sales. So this one might be kind of self-explanatory, but either way, it can save you a ton of money in the long run. And so for finding discount codes, I would recommend, going on either Instagram or YouTube. Any big name Instagram people or YouTubers will typically have a code if they're sponsored by a detailing product company, and that can usually end up saving you about 15 to 20% just depending on who it is and what company. And as for seasonal sales, you can usually get a little bit more taken off. So for instance, like Memorial Day or something, they usually have like 25, maybe 30% off. And so that's great as well if you want to wait around if something's coming up soon, and that could totally be worth it for you. And last but not least, tip number 4 is buy in bulk. Now this last tip is definitely not going to apply to everybody here watching today. However, if you detail your car a lot, or maybe you own your own detailing business, this is definitely for you. And when I say buy in bulk, I don't mean buy a bunch of products from one particular company. What I'm suggesting is if there are certain products that you find yourself using a lot more of than anything else, then you might want to go ahead and buy that product on a larger scale. So for instance, instead of buying a 16-ounce bottle of detail spray, I might buy a 1-gallon jug of it, just because that's going to save you some money in the long run. But that concludes all the tips I have for those that are balling on a budget and can't necessarily afford hundreds of dollars worth of detailing products. If you have any tips of your own and you'd like to share in the comments down below, that'd be great. And also, if you'd like to see more side-by-side comparison videos, I'm sure there's plenty of them on the internet, but if you would, let me know and I can totally do that for you guys. But other than that, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more future content to come, and have yourself a fantastic day. Peace.